What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to bring you a quick unboxing overview of my new phone. Kind of go through the thought process from purchasing this and how it kind of went when purchasing at an Apple store during COVID right now, which everything's kind of still somewhat locked down, opening back up, whatever you want to call it. So I had previously had an iPhone XS Max. Had it for about 2.5 years, and while I really liked the phone, I was really dying for something that was a little bit smaller, lighter, easier to carry around. This thing was a beast. No issues with it when I had it. So I thought it was time to upgrade, mainly because Verizon and Apple have a trade-in right now where you can get it a little cheaper. Basically, Apple gives you a trade-in value, and then Verizon gives you $125 on top of that. So it was well worth it to do that. No hassle. Took it to the Apple store, and I'll get into a little bit about that later. So iPhone 12, I've got the blue edition. I looked at them all in stores, or at least the blue and I believe the gray are the two that I was able to find in stores and actually see, because you can't go to an Apple store right now and get in easily. At least I didn't have any good luck. Same way with Verizon. So I looked at this and then the Pixel 5. Those are really the only two phones I looked at. I like the Samsung S21 Plus, or 21, but not a big fan of Samsung software. They have ads in a lot of their apps, and some of their apps you can remove, some of them you can't. So I only did this in the Pixel phone, and we may actually go to the Pixel phone because I'm kind of a little tired of the Apple ecosystem, but there's a few things I love about it. So let's get it and get the unboxing. As you can tell, the box is significantly smaller compared to the old one because guess what? They don't have a charger in there anymore. So there's no charger, there's no headphone cable, there's no headphones. It does switch over to USB-C now for your charging, USB-C to Lightning. Of course, the iPhone isn't going to have USB-C. But there's no charger in the box, so you will need that. Or when I traded mine in, they actually let me keep all my other stuff. So I'm just going to use the regular 5 watt or 10 watt or whatever charger that was with my old iPhone and do that. So if you trade it in an Apple store, you don't have to give them all the stuff, just keep it and use your old one. That's what I would do versus buying a new one, because I don't really need a 20 watt charger anyways, because the faster you charge your battery, the quicker it will die. So let's get in and see what's in the box. I only got 64 gigabytes, which some people may think is a little crazy, but currently I'm only using 39 gigabytes on mine. We have a home server. I have no reason to have more than 64. We have unlimited data, so if something happens and I run out of storage and have to delete some music or something, it's not a big deal. So here it is, the blue. I've seen it in person. It's a little different than the iPhone Pro, where it's real glossy around the side, so it's a little bit more matte. And then you have your all glass back. This is one thing that I do not like about these phones, is that you have a glass back. The reason why that is because if you break it, it's very expensive to replace. So I get Apple Care on it because I do not like using phone cases. If I break it once, it'll pay for itself from there. So in the box, you get your USB-C to your standard Lightning cable. There's no charger in here, so I'm just going to use my old one, and it should work fine. It just probably won't charge at the fastest charging that you have. You do get your little standard Apple sticker, and it is nice that you do get a SIM card removal tool still. I bought this where I had to activate it through the Verizon, so it already has a SIM in it, and it has 5G now, so I believe the SIMs are a little different for 5G, even though 5G is kind of a joke. We don't have 5G in our area, and honestly, it'll probably shred through the battery life if we did that. So we'll just do the quick little tab pull. So this does have the new ceramic shield. Let's fire it up. It's supposed to be a little bit more resistant to breaking if you drop it. And if you've seen all the Apple commercials, they're basically flinging the phone around like it's some type of indestructible object, which the front screen may actually be, but the actual back is still glass, so you're still going to have to worry about that down the line with that breaking, which would be my biggest concern, is having the back glass break. So that's it. You only get 2 cameras, so I don't think you get the nice wide zoom or the nice wide angle lens. We'll see how it goes there, or maybe you don't get the telephoto. I don't know. I have a DSLR, which I'm shooting, or a mirrorless camera that I'm shooting this on, so I was fine with the our XS Max photo quality with that. So if it's a little bit of an upgrade, that will be nice. What else? Looks like it's about dead. So we're gonna charge it up a little bit here. It does not come with a charger. We already said that. So keep that in mind. I would recommend just getting an Anchor one or one online, or even if you can get a lower watt one. If you can get a 5-watt charger for these, I think it would be beneficial if you did something along that lines, just because you're going to save your phone's battery life. But for the feel in the hand, it's definitely lighter than the XS Max phone that I had before. I still do not like the notch on there. For some reason, the screen looks a little yellowish. Is that right? But overall, I'm way happier with the actual feel of it. It's back to the iPhone 4 and 5, I believe, where everything's squared off. It's not rounded. And supposedly that's actually supposed to be better for dropping it so you don't have to worry about it breaking there. But we'll get this fired up, get it going, and get a review of it up as we go. I paid cash for this phone after my trade-in and everything, so I may not keep it. I really, really like the Pixel 5. Mainly because there's no notch. Face ID is worthless right now with having a mask on, which we still have to. I work in a hospital. We still have to wear a mask there. So not that I'm on it a lot at work, but it does not unlock there. It doesn't unlock when you're out, when you have a face mask on. The new iOS the beta one right now, 14 point something, does have where you can unlock if you have an Apple Watch, but if you don't, you still have to use your PIN every time, which is annoying. So I kind of would like a fingerprint reader on the back. So we'll see how this goes, see if I like it, and go from there. But that's it. It feels very light. It's very, very light and portable, which is what I wanted. If you have any comments, questions, leave them below. Verizon and Apple, straight to the Apple website, they have a Verizon and an Apple deal. The only negative is some of that kickback is from Verizon. I don't trust Verizon to give me my money, so I didn't even count that into the equation. I just paid as much as I could on it. That way I don't owe anything on it down the line. That's it. Have a good rest of the day, weekend. Be safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.